Have you ever felt like you're living in an endless loop? Every day it's bills, taxes, and living costs rising faster than your income? You want to slow down, but life keeps making you run faster. Then one day, you hear there are countries ready to open their arms, offering you the chance for long-term residency, legal, stable, and easier than you think. No requirement to be a millionaire. No endless paperwork that drags on for years. Just meet a few basic conditions, and you can start a new chapter in a place where every day is worth living. Imagine waking up to the sound of ocean waves, sipping a hot cup of coffee for just $1, and being greeted by neighbors with a warm smile instead of blaring car horns. This video will take you through the list of the easiest countries to gain permanent residency in 2025, and who knows, one of them might just become your new home. Hit like and subscribe so you won't miss detailed guides on visas, cost of living, and safe, easy relocation tips. And if you already have a dream country in mind, leave all the comments you want. You might just find new travel companions right below in the comments section. Dream it. Pack it. Go. 5. Costa Rica, the kingdom of pura vida, where life is measured in smiles, not bills. If there's a place in the world where you can wake up each morning, open your eyes to see the blue ocean, or tropical rainforest, take a deep breath, and not hear car horns or deadlines breathing down your neck, this is it. Here, people don't ask, "How are you?" They ask, "Pura vida?" Which means life's great, isn't it? And trust me, you'll answer, "Better than I could have imagined." Costa Rica is not just beautiful, it also opens its arms to those who want to settle down for the long term. With the investment visa, golden visa, requiring only USD 150,000, or the pensionado and rentista visas, that require an income of USD 2,500 month, you can call this place home. Its immigration policy is simple: no tax on foreign income, plus a one-time exemption from import duties for household goods, and 2 cars. Yes, 2. Since 1949, they've abolished the military and redirected the budget to education and healthcare. So rare that people often ask, is that really true? Yes, it is. And it's a big reason why this country is one of the most peaceful, safe, and livable in Latin America. Cost of living? If you want to live comfortably as a single person, you'll need around USD 1,300, 1,700 month, including rent. If you're willing to live in less touristy areas, you can bring it down to about USD 1,200 month, while still enjoying great food, premium coffee, and daily ocean views. In San Jose, a one-bedroom apartment in the city center is about USD 600, 800, while suburban or remote beach towns are even more affordable. Food here is fresh and clean, though slightly pricier than in Ecuador or Colombia. Still, when you're sitting in a small wooden cafe in Monteverde, sipping top-grade Arabica coffee, you'll understand why people say, Costa Rica is expensive, but worth every penny. In Costa Rica, the healthcare system might just make many Americans a little jealous. By contributing around 9–10% of your income to the Social Security Fund, USD 100, 200 month minimum, you gain access to universal healthcare, from general checkups and medication to surgeries, almost free of charge. Public hospitals here are not only clean and modern, but also have doctors with good English skills. If you want faster service, you can choose private hospitals, like Chima or Clínica Bíblica, internationally accredited care, at prices up to 70% cheaper than in the US. There's a reason Costa Rica is known as a medical tourism haven. In terms of safety, although 2023 saw the highest violence levels in the country's history due to drug gangs, the government responded quickly with Operación Caribe, which brought rates down in 2024. Hotspots are concentrated in Limón or Punta Arenas, while most tourist areas and foreign resident communities remain safe. If you follow basic precautions, locals, known as ticos, are famously friendly and welcoming. The Pura Vida culture is contagious. It's hard to feel down when everyone around you is smiling. Costa Rica's economy is just as healthy. USD 72 billion GDP, steady growth, and high average income. Notably, 99% of its electricity comes from renewable sources: wind, hydro, and geothermal. Beyond coffee and bananas, the country also exports software and microchips. Intel has a plant here. In May 2025, the IMF rated the economy as performing well, with low inflation and positive outlook. In short, this is a place where you can sip organic coffee while sending work emails over a stable internet connection without worrying about the power going out. And if you need a story to believe this isn't just tourism marketing, meet George, a retired American software engineer. In 2021, he came to Costa Rica just to surf for 2 months. 3 years later, he's still here, living in a wooden house, overlooking Tamarindo Beach, walking to the shore with his dog every morning, and teaching local kids to code in the afternoon. George says, "In the US, I had money but no time. Here, I have time, and I don't need much money." Costa Rica isn't just a place to live. It's a place to learn how to live. You might come here to retire, invest, or work remotely, but what you take away will be a new perspective on happiness. Slower, greener, and filled with more smiles. If this kingdom of Pura Vida has made your heart skip a beat, leave a comment saying Pura Vida below. And who knows, maybe someday soon, we'll meet in a little cafe by the Costa Rican coast. 4. Ecuador, the green balcony of the world. If there's a place where each morning you open your door to see the majestic Andes on your left, the deep blue ocean on your right, and right at your feet, a fragrant coffee garden, it's Ecuador. Not as loud as Brazil, not as expensive as Costa Rica, this small country has a residency policy that makes many Americans' jaws drop. All you need is proof of stable foreign income of about USD 801,000 a month for the retirement visa, or meeting a modest investment requirement, around USD 45,000 to settle long-term. The special part? Ecuador taxes based on territory, meaning money you earn in the US or anywhere outside Ecuador is not taxed. And starting in 2025, the new government is pushing an electronic immigration reform package that will shorten permanent residency processing times to just a few weeks, instead of months, a country that gives you a long-term ticket to paradise. While cutting down paperwork hassle, what could be better? The cost of living here is truly the final knockout for retirees. A single person can live quite comfortably on around USD 0 month, including rent. Just compare. In the US, that amount might barely cover rent for a one-bedroom apartment in the suburbs. In the capital Quito or the coastal city of Manta, you can rent a nice apartment for USD 400, 500, dine out for just USD 35 per meal, enjoy excellent coffee for USD 12, and ride local buses for only 25 cents. Many Americans who once lived in New York or California arrive in Ecuador and are stunned to find their monthly expenses here equal just 1 week's costs back home. Healthcare? Another big plus. Ecuador offers both low-cost public hospitals and high-quality private hospitals, with many facilities meeting international standards. For just USD 70-80 a month, for private health insurance, you can access modern care, English-speaking doctors, and fast service. If you want to save even more, public insurance costs only about 17% of your declared income in exchange for nearly free treatment at public hospitals. Many people have even traveled to Ecuador for surgery or dental work at just 1/5 of US prices. Safety in Ecuador depends on the area. Truly a case of choose the right place and live like a dream. Coastal tourist cities and the peaceful Andes Highlands have large, friendly expat communities. Most crime is petty theft or pickpocketing in crowded places. The government is currently increasing patrols at major seaports to combat drug trafficking, especially in Guayaquil. But if you live in areas recommended for foreigners, security will not be a major concern. Economically, Ecuador's average income is still modest, but it's far more stable than many other South American nations. thanks to using the US dollar as its official currency. This means you don't have to worry about fluctuating exchange rates, eroding your savings. In 2025, the government is actively working to attract foreign retirees and remote workers with incentives such as duty-free import of personal goods and vehicles during the first year of residency. Ecuador also holds a treasure no other country can replicate: its nature and climate. From tropical beaches in Salinas to the cool, year-round air of the colonial city of Cuenca to the legendary Galapagos Islands, you're only a few hours away from a complete change of scenery. You could start your week hiking Cotopaxi and end it sunbathing by the Pacific Ocean. And all of this fits within that USD 1,000 month living cost package. I once met John, a 7-year-old from Florida, who moved to Cuenca. He told me that in the US, his pension barely covered housing and health insurance. But in Ecuador, he rents a balcony apartment with mountain views for USD 480, has health insurance for USD 75, and still has enough left over to eat out 4 or 5 times a week and travel. Here, I'm not just living, I'm enjoying every day. He laughed, sipping a rich cup of Ecuadorian coffee. So the question is, if a country can give you more for less, invite you to stay long-term, without making the process difficult, what are you waiting for? If Ecuador has made you want to pack your bags right now, leave a comment saying, Pura Vida Andes edition below. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe to follow the next amazing destinations. Your dream home might just be one flight away. 3. Colombia. The risk is you'll want to stay. If someone once told you that Colombia is all about violence and drugs, they're probably still living in the 1992nd. Today's Colombia is far from that old image. The country welcomes investors, retirees, and tech freelancers with an extremely flexible visa system. Just USD 750 month in pension income gets you a pensionado visa, an investment of around USD 170,000 inch real estate, qualifies you for immediate permanent residency, and the nomad visa allows you to work remotely for 2 years. Applications are online, processed in 2-4 weeks, citizenship after 5 years of continuous residency, and dual nationality is allowed. Do you think in the 4th largest economy in Latin America, with stable democracy and a market of 50 million people, having immigration this easy is a rare opportunity? The cost of living in Colombia is so low, you'll wonder why you're still back home. A single person in Bogota needs about USD 1,000 a month, including rent, while in Medellin or Cali, it's around USD 800. Renting a 1-bedroom apartment in Central Bogota is USD 400, 500, in working-class areas, just USD 250, 300. Food is cheap, thanks to local production. USD 3 for a kilo of chicken breast, USD 3-4 for a filling lunch. Utilities for a 2-bedroom apartment are only USD 60-80 month. The peso's depreciation makes everything even cheaper. In US dollar terms, compared to Costa Rica, you can save 30-40% on costs, while keeping a comfortable quality of life. Colombia's healthcare system makes even some developed countries envious. The WHO once ranked it 22nd in the world, ahead of Canada and the US. All legal residents are part of the public EPS insurance, contributing about 12.5% of their income for nearly free healthcare. Hospitals like Fundación Valle de Lili Cali and Clínica Alemana Medellín meet international standards, have highly skilled doctors, many trained in Europe or North America. Even private consultations or advanced surgeries cost up to 70% less than in Western countries. Many Americans come here for medical tourism because of the huge cost gap. Can you imagine? A heart surgery in a top hospital costing about USD 14,000 instead of USD 100,000 in the US? In terms of safety, Colombia has come a long way. The homicide rate has dropped sharply compared to its hot years, and now most violence occurs only in certain rural areas, still affected by conflict. Cities like Medellin once the cartel capital, have transformed into creative, livable urban centers, with some neighborhoods as safe as those in Europe. Foreigners mainly just need to be mindful of petty theft and unregistered taxis. And the people? Few can match the warmth and cheerfulness of Colombians. Everywhere you go, you'll find smiles, invitations to parties, salsa dancing, and a spirit of enjoy life. Economically, 2025 forecasts a growth rate of 2.5%, inflation at the target 3%, and public debt around 60% of GDP, all healthy indicators. The left-leaning government of President Petro is testing a new development path, social reforms, energy transition, and pushing for comprehensive peace. Peace talks with the ELN remain challenging, but tourism and foreign investment continue to grow. In 2024, Colombia welcomed 4.5 million international visitors, more than pre-pandemic levels. The peso remains stable, and confidence in the economy is steady. Yet Colombia's biggest draw is still its richness. From the powder-white Caribbean beaches of San Andres to the majestic Andes Mountains, the lush Amazon rainforest, and the multicolored Caño Cristales River, all packed into one country. Its multi-ethnic culture produce vibrant music, cuisine, and festivals all year round, and a fragrant cup of Colombian coffee each morning is like an invitation to go out and explore this world. So the question is, a country that's beautiful, affordable, welcoming, and open, are you willing to risk setting foot here and wanting to stay forever? If your answer is yes, share this so more people can discover Colombia. Who knows? Your next great adventure might start right here. 2. Argentina, the Paris of South America. If you think South America is only about chaotic, unstable cities, Argentina will surprise you. This country is famous not only for tango, soccer, and beef, but also for having one of the fastest naturalization laws in the world, just 2 years of residency, and you can apply for citizenship while keeping dual nationality, with a pensionado visa, requiring only about USD 1,500 month in pension income, or a rentista visa, passive income from abroad, you're already eligible for legal residency. Investors only need to put in around USD 100,000 into a business project to be granted permanent residency. The government is even considering a 5-year tax exemption for foreign tech professionals, an offer hard to resist for remote workers. In a country where citizenship can come faster than completing a Spanish course, would you pass it up? The current cost of living in Argentina is almost like a 50% off sale for anyone earning in USD. Due to the sharp devaluation of the peso, a one-bedroom apartment in central Buenos Aires is only about USD 300 month at market rates. A large steak dinner with wine is just USD 10, and a subway ride is under USD 0.15. With USD 750 blank, a person can live comfortably in the capital and just USD 500 inch the provinces. Right now, Argentina feels like a budget paradise for foreigners, though it's worth remembering that prices may rise again when the economy stabilizes. When it comes to healthcare, Argentina has a rare advantage. Public hospitals are free for everyone, including foreigners. For premium service, Buenos Aires private hospitals, such as Hospital Alemán or Hospital Italiano, meet international standards, with costs only 1/4-1/5 of US rates. Private doctor visits typically cost USD 30-50, and comprehensive private health insurance is about USD 100-200 month. That means, whether your budget is modest or generous, there's an option for you. Safety in Argentina is better than in many other Latin American countries. Buenos Aires feels more like a European city, in terms of safety, than a typical South American metropolis. Of course, there is still petty theft in tourist areas, but violent crime is rare. Locals carry themselves with a European flair, sometimes appearing aloof, but once you get to know them, they are warm and welcoming, often inviting you to an asado, barbecue, or a tango night that goes on until dawn. Under President Javier Milei, Argentina is undergoing shock therapy, economic reforms, cutting subsidies, opening markets, and controlling inflation. The initial results are striking, from 142% inflation in 2023 down to around 39% by mid-2025, with a stable exchange rate and renewed interest from international investors. For foreigners earning in hard currency, this is a golden window to take advantage of low costs and a recovering market. So, a country as beautiful as Europe, with costs like Southeast Asia, citizenship after just 2 years, and free healthcare. What's stopping you from making Argentina the next chapter of your life? If you believe this dream is worth pursuing, share this so more people can discover the Paris of South America. 1. Belize, the bilingual paradise on the Caribbean. If there's a place that combines unspoiled beauty, fluent English, and is only a few hours' flight from the US, it's Belize. With a population of just over 420,000, this country treats attracting foreigners as a long-term development strategy. The Qualified Retired Persons Program allows anyone over 45 with a minimum monthly income of USD 2,000 from abroad to settle legally with a one-time exemption, Untitled Chapter, for household goods, vehicles, or even personal boats and planes. Most importantly, all income earned outside Belize is tax-free. And if you reside for just 1 year, without leaving for more than 14 days, you can apply for permanent residency. After 5 years, you're eligible for citizenship while keeping dual nationality. A 2-in-1 opportunity few would pass up. The cost of living in Belize isn't Southeast Asia cheap, but it's still far lower than in the US. Outside tourist zones, a single person can live comfortably on USD 1,500, 2,000 month. For an ocean view and frequent dining out, USD 3,000 is more than enough. In Ambergris Caye or Placencia, a 1-bedroom apartment may cost USD 800, 1,200 month, while on the mainland, it's just USD 300, 500. Fresh local seafood and tropical fruit are inexpensive when bought directly, but imports electronics, vehicles, are costly due to taxes. Gasoline runs about USD 1.6, 1.8 liter, and fiber internet is around USD 80 month. The Belize dollar, BZ dollar, is pegged at 2 BZ dollar equals 1 USD, giving residents peace of mind, with no currency fluctuation, is a big plus for those earning in US dollars. In terms of healthcare, Belize has both public and private hospitals, though complex specialist care is still limited. Karl Heusner Memorial Hospital in Belize City handles basic emergencies well, but lacks the latest equipment. Private facilities, like Belize Medical Associates, offer good service with consultations around USD 50 and MRI scans about USD 400, much cheaper than in the US. However, for serious conditions, most expats choose to fly to Mexico or the US, often relying on international insurance, with emergency medical evacuation coverage around USD 200 year. This is an important factor to consider if you plan on living here. Long-term, security in Belize is a mixed picture. Tourist areas and major islands, like Ambergris Caye, are generally safe, with violent crime being rare. In contrast, some neighborhoods in Belize City, especially the south side, face gang activity and high homicide rates. Fortunately, most incidents stem from conflicts between criminal groups and rarely target visitors. Belizeans are friendly, laid back, and culturally diverse, from Creole and Mestizo to Garifuna and Mennonite communities, creating an open, welcoming environment, especially with the advantage of English as the official language. Economically and politically, Belize is unusually stable. For Central America, in 2024, GDP grew by 8.1%, thanks to a tourism boom. Public debt dropped sharply, from dangerous levels to around 61% of GDP. Inflation eased to just 1.3% in 2025. Prime Minister John Briceño's government focuses on infrastructure, education, and marine environmental protection, extending the offshore oil drilling ban and banning single-use plastics. International relations remain favorable, including with Guatemala, over a territorial dispute, now being resolved peacefully at the International Court of Justice. Belize is not a dirt-cheap paradise, but it's an ideal choice for those who want to live by the Caribbean Sea, speak English, maintain easy ties with the U.S., and enjoy a slower pace of life. The question is, are you ready to trade urban convenience for the sound of waves, outside your window, fresh seafood feasts, and a multicultural community that greets you with a smile? If yes, share this so more people can discover this bilingual paradise where life and the ocean merge into one. Life doesn't give us the right to choose where we're born, but we always have the right to choose where we will keep living and where we'll finish our story with dignity. The 5 countries you've just seen aren't just names on a map. They are doorways. Doorways to mornings without the pressure of bills, but with sunrise over the ocean. Afternoons without traffic jams, but with a slow coffee shared with friendly neighbors. And evenings without rushing, but with laughter around a warm dinner table. Maybe you're thinking, someday I'll go, but someday isn't on the calendar. There's only today, and the decision you make. If your heart skipped even a single beat when you heard about one of these countries, let it lead the way. Because who knows, just a few months from now, you might not just be dreaming of a different life. You could already be living it. Hit like if this video touched your dream. Subscribe to explore the secrets of residency, visas, and new lives around the world. And drop a comment I choose. Who knows? You might find new travel companions right here.